a flash of white bone in the moonlit desert. Otto's voice echoed as the creature burst from the shadowed mouth of the canyon cave. Its skin glistened like melted metal, each ripple caught in his flashlight's beam. He turned, too late, to see it launch upward from the sandstone wall, jaw open in a silent roar that split the night. The flashlight clattered to the sand. Otto stumbled into the dark, the thing's heavy footsteps closing in. A final scream, then silence. The creature vanished. Only one escaped alive. In the remote Black Rock Desert of Nevada, USA, there was a clandestine research facility buried under the flat expanse of sagebrush and moon-bleached rocks, the covert unit of biotech firm Polaris Gen. Reptilian muscle, cephalopod neural tissue, avian reflexes. Designation X-17. Dr. Lena Hawthorne, brilliant and ambitious, oversaw the creature's gestation in biocontainment. Quiet desert nights, humming generators, sterile white corridors. She often walked the facility's outer perimeter, staring at the distant canyon, wondering if life that unnatural should ever play God. One late July evening, a freak power surge disabled the containment field. In seconds, the steel grates behind X-17's incubator hissed open. The hybrid lunged into the world outside, disappearing into the canyon where Polaris Gen had been conducting geological surveys. They thought they had it secured. They were wrong. A team of 4 field geologists, Marta, Otto, Darnell and Jenna, arrived at the canyon at dawn to map mineral seams. The wind whispered through the red rock as they descended into the narrow slot canyon. Looks fresh. Then the wind shifted. The sound of something heavy scraping stone echoed ahead. Otto's water bottle rattled in its holder. They halted. "Base, do you copy?" Static. A low growl rolled through the canyon. Darnell swept the flashlight across a jagged recess. Suddenly, a claw mark, bigger than a man's fist, on the rock wall. The team froze. In the distance, the deep canyon mouth seemed to blur. The creature had watched them. Later that day, Jenna returned alone to find Otto and Darnell missing. She followed their radio's last signals deeper into the cavernous cave that branched from the canyon floor. The darkness swallowed her flashlight's beam up to its radius. Her breath came in foggy plumes, unusual for the arid desert. An acrid smell, like burnt ozone and spilled oil, filled the chamber. On the wall dripping black ichor. Something recoiled in the darkness. Jenna flicked the beam, 2 glowing eyes in the black. She screamed, stumbled back as a sinewy phantom darted behind her, scaled the ceiling above to land silently. She ran. Rocks tumbled, the canyon reverberated. She reached daylight only to find her vehicle torn open, hood crumpled like foil. Car keys gone. No sign of Otto or Darnell. She fled on foot into the desert night. By the third night, the creature's hunting had become, well, relentless. Local news reported mutilated livestock on a remote ranch about 10 miles away. Farmers found corpse after corpse, torn open, drained of blood, with this weird black residue slick on the sand. Sheriff's deputies, they discovered claw marks on the trailer's metal siding, marks the size of a small car door. Jenna, wandering by the dry playa, heard a distant chittering. Click, 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 and she felt the earth vibrate underfoot. She hid behind a stabilization tripod as the creature appeared above the ridge, its wings unfurled like a dark sail, those iris pupils contracting in the moonlight. It dropped. The tripod cracked. She scrambled into a wash, the beast perched above, its breath a hiss of hot sand and rot. She pressed her back to the rock, flashlight flicking off. The thing leaned closer, sniffed. And then Otto's voice, garbled, drifting up. Help, from a shallow pit. She looked down at him, broken, half-consumed. The creature lunged. Jenna darted away as the beast tore him apart. She sprinted into the desert, the creature's wings beating overhead like a storm cloud. The radio was silent for hours. Jenna collapsed under a mesquite tree, the sand cold beneath her. The moon glowed pale. No sound except the distant rustle of a wind-shifted dune. Her heart pounded. The blowing sand whispered, something behind her? She dared not look, just waited. The desert seemed to hold its breath with her. At dawn, Jenna limped to the canyon's mouth, determined to expose the creature. The facility's emergency siren rose and fell miles away. She found the access portal to the old survey shaft, its hatch torn open. She crept in, the beam in her trembling hand, illuminating wiring torn like entrails, a trail of black ichor leading deeper underground. In the shaft's depths, the creature crouched on a pile of metal crates, its torso hunched, the wings folded tightly, dripping sand and oil-slick ichor pooling beneath it. Its head turned, multifaceted eyes reflecting her light like shards of obsidian. She raised a flare gun, a last resort. It didn't blink. With a sudden screech, the creature burst upward, the flare discharged, the burst of light momentarily stunning it. But it shook free, talons ripping the rock face. Jenna fired a second time. This time the flare struck the wing membrane, ignition. The beast roared, ash and feathers raining down. It lunged, jaws agape. She dived aside. The beast crashed, burning wing flailing. Jenna scrambled out of the shaft, back into the canyon. Behind her, the beast roared, its wings smoking, but still alive, still in pursuit. She sprinted, adrenaline burning, until the canyon narrowed and a steel gate barred the way, left by survey teams. She kicked at it, collapsed into a roll as the creature smashed through. With a final explosive burst of flame from the burning wing, the beast vaulted over the gate, flew up the canyon wall and into the endless sky. Jenna stood, shaking, the searing light fading, rubble everywhere. The creature was gone, but not gone. Weeks later, independent investigators dubbed the incident the Chimera Canyon Horror. The story would later inspire films and doc-series like the 2024 Bio-Beast X. They sealed the canyon, evacuated the surrounding zone, and the facility was shuttered in disgrace. The beast, X-17, was never found. Jenna carries the scar, the light-burned phantoms on her thigh, the trauma in her eyes. She now warns of what happens when science experiments escape containment and roam the wild. She reminds us of the classic warnings found in Frankenstein. or The Modern Prometheus by Mary Shelley. That unchecked hubris births monsters. The empty desert remains, wind-scoured, silent, but the soot-stained rocks still betray the creature's passage. And somewhere, in an unvisited cave or soaring above the sands, the beast watches and waits. They thought it was just another containment failure, until the wing beat sketched in the moonlight made them all believers. If you ever wander under a pale moon in a remote canyon and hear a click, click, click in the shale, remember Jenna's warning. Share this tale with someone who explores the wilderness. Comment your closest encounter with nature's darker side. Subscribe for more stories that creep out of labs and into the night. And remember, stay curious and stay safe.